Good morning, George. And we know this is such an important conversation that people right across the country are having right now. And we have Eli Brown with us in studio, the founder of Shine the Light On. This is an initiative that supports mental health support for youth, for people through clothing. So tell us a little bit about how you got this idea and how it's really flourished.
Yeah, so Shine the Light On was created by me at a treatment center, actually. I was in a program and living in a house of about 30 guys, and we all came from different walks of the earth, all there for different reasons. And we all were encouraged to share our stories. And when I heard everyone's stories, there was always one common theme, and that was that people never felt comfortable sharing their story and reaching out for help. So I wanted to create a platform for youth to share their stories, but also as a way to raise money for nonprofits around the world to help youth who are struggling with mental health.
What was it like for you to have that opportunity to share your story? And was it something that you were comfortable doing at the time?
So looking back now at first sharing my story, I felt a lot of fear sharing my story. I was worried about how I'd be judged by my peers, by my family members, and by the people around me. But as I shared my story, I started to feel more and more comfortable, and I realized that people were there to support me rather than judge me. And it was through sharing my story that I was able to get the support that I needed to change and turn my life around.
Was it eye opening to realize that people felt the same way, that they also wanted to share what they were going through, what they were struggling with, but hesitated a little bit for a number of reasons? Was that eye opening for you to see just how many people were going through the same thing?
Yeah, because for so many years I felt alone and I felt that no one else would understand what I was going through. But when I did share my story, people understood it and people said, I felt the same way or I've gone through the same thing. And it was, in a weird way, very comforting to know that I wasn't alone out there and that people knew what I was going through.
How much do you think this conversation, especially with Bell Let's Talk, how much has it changed over the years, do you think?
Well, it's been absolutely incredible to see, through Bell Let's Talk, 10 years now, um, of how much the conversation has changed and how much more comfortable people feel reaching out for help and sharing their story and getting the support that they need.
And do you think that when it comes to the support, people perhaps realize there is a lot of support out there? Because I find in speaking with people, sometimes people are nervous thinking, this is what I'm going through, but what can really be done here? Or where could I possibly go? Do you think that's part of it?
Yeah, but I mean, as the years have gone on, there's been so many organizations that have come forward and now provide support, whether you're at work or at home or in a middle school. There's a lot of support out there, and a lot of it's just reaching out to these organizations or to people who've gone through it to find the best ways to go about it.
So tell us a little bit about the clothing and the messages. Even right now, you're wearing something
Yeah.
from your line, Live with a Grateful Heart. So where does this message come from? And what will people notice in terms of the support that is being provided for people dealing with mental health issues?
Yeah, so all of our designs come from people's stories, and we interview them, and we hear, their story of how they've been impacted by mental health, and that's how all of the designs are created. And this one, "Live with a Grateful Heart," really reflected the journey after going through a mental health struggle of how I'm grateful for what I went through, even though it was extremely difficult. It brought me to where I am today, and has now provided me with the opportunity to impact the lives of the people around me.
And I understand you're changing the slogans, the sayings every 6 to 8 weeks. So that kind
Correct.
of speaks to the number of people who are approaching you guys and sharing their story.
Yeah, at the beginning, we were reaching out to dozens and dozens of people every single day to share their story with us. And as the years have gone on, people are now reaching out to us every day looking for a platform to share their story and have the impact that we've had on the community.
We're almost out of time, but what do you want people to take away from your story when it comes to mental health?
That there is help out there, and that through sharing your story, it provides you with the opportunity to get a support system. Going through a mental health struggle can be a really big challenge at times. It can feel really isolating. But when you do share your story, it provides support and it provides people to be able to reach out and help you get on the path needed to turn your life around and get the support that's needed.
Absolutely. Well, Eli, thank you for coming in, and we certainly do appreciate you taking the time to speak with us because we know your story is inspiring and it's helping others. So thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
And of course, it's Bell Let's Talk Day, so keep the conversation going.